Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today. The lesson that I'm going to cover is centering, and what I'm going to do is go over some very important key techniques and also some of the things that I see that go wrong all the time in the centering process. So first thing, slam it down, and it might be helpful if you even hit it with both hands to get a little more cone shape. That way you're less likely to have clay slip underneath your hand and then you lose some clay in that process. All right, so what I focus on is where I lodge my elbow against my body. For me, I put it on the inside of my hip bone and I lean really close like this. Okay, some of you that might not work for depending on what your body types are like. You might want to put your elbow low on the inside of your thigh, like that. Some of you that have stand-up wheels and that are standing up, I would put your elbow against your stomach and lean in as you're standing. For standing wheels, I would say that it's important that your arm is pretty parallel, maybe slightly down, but definitely not leaning your body down like that. All right, this hand's in front, this one's going to be on top, and I'm just going to lean into it just to get it to connect and stick to the back. Now what I'm going to do is coning. Coning now, when I put my thumb against my other hand, my left hand, I use my fingertips. I'm going to push in towards my left hand like this. At the same time, my right hand is going to be leaning forward. So together, I lift the clay up into a nice narrow cone at the top. Coming up. And when I come down, I lean forward, making sure that the tip of the edge of the clay is on the inside of my hand right here, like this. That, I'll control it then as I come down. If somebody gets thin like that as they're coming up, that happens a lot. Don't want that to happen because your clay is more likely to break off. If you see that you got too thin too quick here, stop and just slowly bring it back down. Okay, so we want it wider here, thinner here. Again, I put my thumb against my hand. Really important that you see that here. And I lift the clay up. Sometimes people get mistaken when they see this hand position and they actually do this. They don't connect their hands at all. Sometimes you can muscle the clay, and actually when you get more proficient and it's really just like a feel, muscle memory, you can center the clay like this. But when you're first learning, I always suggest try this technique instead. Brace your thumb. Remember, right hand pulls in, left hand forward, like this, and lift the clay up. Now, as I come down, another important tip is right here. I'm going to lean forward, my hand's going to be above the clay, and I bring it down. I put my thumb against my hand, really important that you see that here. And I lift the clay up. Sometimes people get mistaken when they see this hand position and they actually do this. They don't connect their hands at all. Sometimes you can muscle the clay, and actually when you get more proficient and it's really just like a feel, muscle memory, you can center the clay like this. But when you're first learning, I always suggest try this technique instead. Brace your thumb. Remember, right hand pulls in, left hand forward, like this, and lift the clay up. Now, as I come down, Another important tip is right here. I'm going to lean forward, my hand's going to be above the clay, and I bring it down. Why did I do it with one hand? Because I wanted you to see how important this left hand is, getting the clay to come down and it also to center it. If your hand is not angled properly, and it's lower, which a lot of people do, they put their hand like this and then this one's on top, what will happen is it'll start to mushroom out. And if you see your clay looking like that, then that means that you need to raise it up a little bit. So if your clay is mushrooming and if it's moving around like this, it means you're not leaning forward and your hand isn't high enough on the edge, on the top there, when I come down. And we are centered and ready to go.